So if you're a Lions fan, you gotta be pretty hyped about this news. David Montgomery is set to return in the divisional matchup against Washington. When he suffered that MCL injury 2, 3, 4 weeks ago, I can't remember when it was exactly. It was really projected that he was going to be out for the remainder of the year. So for him to come back in the first round of the playoffs for the Lions is absolutely huge. I'm shocked by this. I was expecting maybe he'd come back for the Super Bowl or the NFC Championship game, which, if the Lions win this week, it would be the first time in history that the Lions would be hosting an NFC Championship game. So I just thought he would for sure make it out for that one. But the fact that he's coming back in the Lions' first playoff game is just crazy to me. Huge for this team, huge for that environment. The fans are already going to be going crazy, but they're going to be going extra crazy with Montgomery out there, especially if he gets some solid work done this game, which I totally expect him to. Dude's a dog, and I'm hyped for this because David Montgomery is definitely one of my favorite players to watch. He's just a monster out there, man. So let me know if you're surprised by this news and how big of an impact you think David Montgomery is going to have. To be honest, I thought Jahmyr Gibbs, if he was the only RB for the Lions this upcoming week, I think that would be enough for them to still win. But the fact that Jahmyr and Montgomery, Sonic, and Knuckles are back in the lineup, just a big W for the Lions. And it's going to be even a tougher hill to climb for the Commanders, but we'll see if Jaden can yet again put on a masterful performance. Super hyped for that game. And I'm just craving football again. I want it as soon as possible because I just have to wipe the taste of the wild card weekend out of my mouth. Really boring games, in my opinion. Games that did not live up to the hype. But I'm hoping we'll get off to a good start on Saturday with the Chiefs and Texans. Could be close, could be competitive. And then, of course, Commanders-Lions. And also, if you're into UFC as well, pretty good card this Saturday, in my opinion. So, pretty good sports day this Saturday. Super hyped for it. Let me know if you are too. To be honest, I jumped off of the Lions bandwagon with just their Super Bowl aspirations after they lost to the Bills at home. I really thought that was just a lackluster performance from that defense and that offense, quite honestly. But the fact that they won every game since then, and the fact that they are getting guys back as well, this could just be a team of destiny. I'm really starting to see it now. And obviously it's not a hot take for anyone to predict that the Lions will reach or win the Super Bowl. They've been the betting favorites all year long, but I think it's just a testament to the city of Detroit, and especially Dan Campbell. He really reset and built such an amazing culture, man, because a lot of teams, a lot of coaches would have folded with all the injuries that they've gone through this year, but they stayed resilient, next man up. They kept the morale high. I love Jaden Daniels. I love the Commanders, but this is just a perfect divisional round matchup for the Lions. Anything is possible for sure, any given Sunday, any given Saturday, but I really think the Lions have to be pretty happy with their divisional round matchup against the Commanders. Definitely not counting them out, and I do expect a competitive game to a certain extent, but for sure, the Lions should win this game. To be honest, man, I thought about this when the playoff schedule got announced. If somehow, someway, Jaden Daniels beats the Lions in Detroit in his second career playoff game in his rookie season, I mean, we're talking about a quarterback that the NFL has just never seen before. Like, hypothetically, if he could go to Detroit and win, we're talking about arguably have like the greatest rookie season in NFL history. But yeah, that's a big if. And if we cross that bridge, I'm sure it'll be a gigantic headline. But until then, he's got to focus on actually beating them. It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible. I still feel like that Lions defense is susceptible to a certain extent. But I'm telling you, Montgomery is the heart and soul of that team, especially that offense. Just brings a different element, an animalistic element, to be honest. And it's just going to be a lot for that Washington defense. And it'll be really interesting to kind of see who else the Lions will potentially get back if they go deeper into the playoffs. I know a month ago, Aiden Hutchinson talked about potentially coming back if the Lions made it to the Super Bowl. That would be a crazy, just incredible story if he could do that. And especially if the Lions hypothetically win the Super Bowl this year. Just what a fairy tale of a season. Who knows, maybe Carlton Davis could come back as well, even though he has a broken jaw right now. I don't know how risky it is for someone to play on a broken jaw. I imagine it is quite risky for it to break again, but I don't know, man. This team is just different. It's just a different level of grittiness, heart. But as of right now, for the Lions at the Commanders game, the Lions are a 9.5 point favorite with minus 550 on that money line. So heavy favorite. Let me know if you're going to be betting on this game at all. Curious to hear if any of you are, and what are your predictions for this upcoming game? And do you think it's going to be competitive? Let me know in the comments below. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the vid. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
Ivory lined up in the backfield. And Ivory's got the carry once more.
Ivory's able to get it done that time. Why? Because he has the power and the will to make it happen. Third and short, he just gets it done with sheer willpower.
The defense gets a sack.
I don't know who to blame here. Was it a great play by the safety, get the sack on the quarterback, or the quarterback just not paying attention, seeing him coming, and if you see him, you've got to change the play or get rid of the football a lot quicker.
False start, offense.
And Ivory's lined up in a single back formation. Here's Decker. Decker's met after a gain of 8.
You got to be smart on the defensive side now here, third and long. Be a little careful. Maybe give up a short pass or a short run. And if they throw it short, make sure you come up and make the tackle.
Third and long. Underneath, but can't find a mark that time as the pass goes incomplete.
The Jets don't have a lot of options on third and long situations. The pass goes incomplete, and the defense did a good job of staying back there and not giving up the deep throw.
This punt will not be returned. It will never see the field of play as it sails out of bounds.
The Titans offense taking the field again. They got everything they could out of that last possession, Phil. A solid touchdown drive.
Yeah, what a productive day so far for the offense. They're mixing it up well. They got confidence. The quarterback's throwing it well.